Hi everyone. I just thought that I would check in and we would do a quick trial of examining what the Taiwanese fishing fleet looks like from a global perspective using Global Fishing Watch. To begin, I filtered all of the other vessels out of this picture, so we can see here in the sort of red dots. These dots represent the Global Fishing Watch AIS representation of Taiwanese ships, and I've set the time scale down here from January 1st, 2019 to the most recent data, which goes up to the 5th of February 2021, and it will be sort of elapsing. Time lapse for is set to 1 month. So if we play it here, we can see that there's a fairly constant activity and representation of ships, and so there it's finishing. And then now if we can start to zoom in on, if we move from this area here, in the South Atlantic, we can see that there's a fair amount of activity that happens off the coast of Brazil, it looks like. And so if we start again, we can see how that moves throughout the course of the year, or a couple years, I should say. And it does look as though in this area the ships are staying for the most part outside of the EEZs of South America, other than here in the Falkland Islands, where there does appear to be some activity within the EEZ. And then if we zoom back out and move over this way, well, we do have some activity here that we can see quickly before we move over. Here in the North Atlantic, and then if we move over here towards South Africa, this is an area that is sort of become particularly interesting to me just because of all the activity that we see here. And we'll notice that there is quite a bit of activity at certain times of the year within Madagascar's EEZ, and as well as within the EEZ of the Seychelles, which you actually can't see the actual islands in this resolution, but there is a fair bit of activity there. It looks like it's concentrated mostly during the month of October, November. It goes by fairly quickly. Okay, and then if we zoom back out and move over again towards the Philippines and China and Taiwan proper here, then we can see even more activity. We can zoom right in here. So it does look like there's a fairly constant amount of activity, but I also think that the ships and the dots themselves can be somewhat deceiving in that um, a single ship can be responsible for more than one of these dots as the time unfolds. And so I just wanted to experiment a little bit with the screen share and sort of see how that works a little bit. I find it difficult with the maps to get it so that we can view just the the entire sort of globe or world map without double showings of continents. And so I was hoping that this screen share way might be a way to kind of zoom in on certain areas. And I think that if next I'm sort of working on showing particular vessel types, and we can then sort of match those up against the entire global fleet to get a better idea of where sort of specific ships are moving, and then also potentially experimenting a little bit more with how the time scale works. I thought 1 month is relatively sort of standard, and that it allows for the ability to see sort of annual movements at a speed that is, I guess, digestible. And thanks a lot. Have a nice day.